Listen, I'm going to be honest with you, and this is a practice that I engage in every time I am stopped by law enforcement. And I taught this to my son, who is now 33, as part of my duty as a father to ensure that he knows the kind of world in which he's growing up. So when I get stopped by the police, I take my hat off and my sunglasses off. I put them on the passenger side. I roll down my window. I take my hands. I stick them outside the window and on the door of the driver's side, because I want that officer to be as relaxed as he can be when he approaches my vehicle. And I do that because I live in America, and because
But Tim, before I go to you, I have a very similar thing. Although I am a little bit more of an uppity, you know what? Because I actually get offended. Like, why did you stop me? What did I do? Growing up in Louisiana, people would stop me. My parents did very well. They'd say, "Where'd you get that car, nigger? Whose car is this?" Right? And so, I was coming back from Florida a couple years ago with someone I was dating who happened to be white, and he said, "I had never had the police deal with me like that." I'm like, hello, welcome to my life. You don't understand. Well, it doesn't exist to you, it doesn't exist.
That's why I don't like white people to use the N-word.
Right.
Because they never get treated like
what
niggas.
LeVar just said is so heavy, and I want white folks who are watching this show to see how heavy it is, because here I am, I know Winton's from New Orleans. I lived in New Orleans for 10 years, and I told you this story once on a show before, but back when I was like 23, living in New Orleans, I graduated from Tulane, and one day I locked myself out of my car on Robert Street, and so I'm trying to break into my car with a coat hanger, and a cop comes up, and he sees me doing it, man, and he does not even ask me for ID or proof that that's my car. He actually, literally, the NOPD, you gotta let me finish. The NOPD, and I know Winton will appreciate this story, the NOPD was like, "Hey, you're breaking into the car the wrong way. Let me help you." Like the cop was trying to help me break in. Now, there is not a black man in this country, 23 years of old, for whom that would have been the reaction. And I hope people understand how deep what it is. Like LeVar having to put his hands out the window. Like basically what my mom told me was, be nice to cops. She didn't say, don't move your hands because you're going to get shot. Don't, none of that. Like that, and that is about white privilege. That is about racism. And that is the fundamental difference between the N-word and any other racial term on this planet. That's exactly the point.